Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV, and I know that this kit I'm wearing only feels like it came out yesterday, but it's that time of the year again when the kit leaks are coming out thick and fast. Now, I did a couple of videos on the home kit already, and those ones have already came out to apparently be fake. Thank God for that. The old faded stripes that we're seeing in that video, surely this is not going to be the kit. Why are we bringing out a washed out kit? This is terrible. Well, now according to footy headlines, that was a fake, that's not real, but these are. And I'm hearing from different people and different sources and different reports now that this home kit in particular is 98% accurate. There could be one or two changes to it, but the overall feeling is that this is near enough the design. Now these are just designs, and obviously they are concepts, it's not official yet, still rumours, the club haven't released it, so don't get carried away, or don't get too angry, but these are apparently very, very close. And we've known for a while now that the third kit will be based on that retro away kit from the late 90s. And we are returning to a Saudi green colour for the away top as well. And those two designs have been all but leaked as well, with an inspiration from the Tyne Bridge on one of them. So we'll get into that. But speaking of kit leaks, the earliest video we did was the home one where I showed John Gibson the tartan pattern on the background of the black and white stripes. And that is apparently still in play for the new home kit. That faded one that came out didn't have it on, whereas now this new one is still showing it. Very duller though, you know, very less in your face, the whole pattern in the black stripes. I'm looking at it now, it'll be on your screen. It's still there, but it's not as much of an eyesore. And this one is actually nice. It's different, isn't it, with that pattern on? And I'm a big fan of the blue trimming. I always have been. Blue trim on the kits, love it. The darker blue, for the early 2000s, the late 90s one, when it was NTL and Brown Ale and the Sir Bobby Robson, loved that kit. This blue one here on the early ones, you know, mid-2000s, and on the one we got relegated with Mike Lowen, unfortunately, that one had a nice blue trim. I like it. I like the blue trim, because I like the blue on the badge. I've just pointed that one. That's white. Bad example. The blue, the usual Newcastle badge, where it has got all the colours in, and it's not based on the kit where it's white and blue. You know what I'm saying. If we can incorporate the gold on the normal Newcastle badge, the blue, all of that, I'm in favour of it. And I think it gives it a nice touch and a bit of extra colour than it just being black and white. So let's get into the juicy details about what this kit is all about then. So the 25-26 home kit will feature traditional black and white vertical stripes, didn't see that one coming, with a textured pattern and light blue piping. The piping is homage to historic Newcastle kits, both Adidas and Puma. This will be available from May, June 2025. Now I know a few of the players were actually at St James's Park a couple of weeks ago testing out the new kit and posing in it as well and doing some interviews in the dressing rooms and things like that. So I don't know what it looked like, I haven't seen it, but the way they're modelling the new kit, and it will come out at the end of May, start of June. Maybe we'll see it on the last game of the season, and I'm always a big fan of that coming out. These are a mock-up here by Hendo CFC. And there's also stuff that they've done on Kit Collector. So again, what you're seeing now isn't exactly it. It's just what they think it'll pretty much is. So it's near enough. You're going to see a near enough design. There'll be obviously one or two changes, a little tweak here. But what we're going to see is that blue piping and that pattern in the background. Now they've done another one here of a mock-up, which is more so of an earlier one we've seen where it was just the two stripes down it. Obviously the colour's different on that one. The blue piping's not as evident. There's probably less white, a bit more black. So I also like that one. I do like that one. Obviously, the seller's tiny in that other one. It's going to be way big on that. But on that one they've brought out there with the two stripes down the middle, gives it a bit of a cleaner, smarter looking away. But I really like them both. And on this one here, you can still see that pattern in the background. What's it Northumberland played? The tartan special, the Northumberland tartan is what they're going for on that one. An old retro look on that one. I've never seen a Newcastle shirt with that pattern on before, so it's different. I like it. At least it's a change. It's a mix-up, and they've done a good job of it. It comes out looking close to that with the blue on it. I'll be happy, but I'll be interested to see when the club officially post it what it does look like properly. Onto the away kit now then, and it is the Saudi green, which will send people into uproar for absolutely no reason. People get offended by that. We've had green kits loads of times. We had them in the past, and we had them early on after the takeover. Obviously, 2 years ago, Champions League season, we had the green one by Castore. I thought that one was nice. And I do like the look of this green one again. It is going to be Team Green by Adidas is what they're calling it. So you'll see other clubs wearing this colour. Darker green horizontal stripes and white accents. So I like the white along the side there, the white stripes. That looks smart. That looks tidy. I like that one. And obviously this one is the one that is inspired by the archers of the Tyne Bridge. The darker stripe is resembling the Tyne Bridge. I like that touch. I'd like to see more of that stuff embodied into our kits, you know, more things from our culture, from our city, from our past on our kits. Obviously back in the day, the Sunset kit, amazing, with the Tyne Bridge on, and more things like that I want to see on there, on the kit. So that's a nice little nod to it, but it's not exactly, when it says they're inspired by the famous Tyne Bridge, I'm expecting some design where you can actually see it, or it's in the background a bit more or whatever. But aye, it's a good nod to it, but I think we should be touching on iconic landmarks from around the city a bit more in our kits, even if it's just something little somewhere. I just think it would be a nice touch. What I've liked about recent away kits, as you can see on this one, I mentioned the badge before blending in, and obviously the cellar just being white as well on this one, where it's not like sticking out or it's not like a block on some kits. And they did that really well in the past, and they're looking to do that once more, where it is just the white cellar. So that's good. I just think it makes it look a lot cleaner, rather than having a big block square that stands out in a different colour. That used to do my head in. Blending into the colours. And with this one, it looks nice. The white collar, the white little stripes down the side. Obviously the white 3 stripes from Adidas. This looks like it's going to go for a white badge yet again as well. Just gives it a different look. But it all ties together neatly. So let us know what you think of the green one as well. Are you against the whole Saudi thing? Do you think it's a Saudi green, or do you just think people blow it out of proportion, like everything these days? Or what other colour would you like to see the club go for? I know a lot of people were messaging me and replying to our social media posts about the League kits, saying that it was the grey one. Retro grey one from the 80s and that. I'd be a fan of that. I wouldn't mind that. So I just think every season mix it up, make it different, you know? But what they've done this season is once again went for a retro remake on the 3rd kit. Obviously, they did that this season with the one I'm wearing now, a homage to the one in the 90s, the David Ginola special. So they're doing that once again. It's going to be a trend and theme, this, I think, from Adidas, especially in the first few years back being at the club. They are going to obviously touch on the classic retro historic feel, pull at the old heartstrings, and make you pull at the old purse strings as well by getting your wallet out and slapping the money down for your favourite retro classics that have been remade with a modern twist. And that is exactly what they are doing with our 2025-2026 3rd kit, which is based on that Newcastle 97-98 away kit, which is definitely unique, to say the least, I think, on this one. I think it's like Marmite, this one. You either love it or you hate it. And to be honest with you, I hated the original one. I just think it's weird. I just think blending orange and green and navy blue doesn't really go. I thought it was a bit mad. It looks alright when Les Ferdinand and Shearer are wearing it, ish. I'm still not a big fan. But you know what it is with this one. And obviously you have it on your screen there now. That's the current design, or a prediction. Remember, these are all just predictions, not official, of what it will look like. It can't be too far off, can it really? Unless there is rumours as well. I've been told that it might not actually have the stripe down it. They may just do the strip based on the colours. So as you can see there, the collar and the sleeves could be the orange and green, and the rest could just be navy blue. They might not go full shebang on the big stripe down the side as well, you know. But with this one, when I'm seeing the modern twist on it, I'm liking it. I just think I'm feeling that one a bit more than the old one. I just like how I like the difference on this one. I don't know why different to the other one, maybe just being weird, maybe I'm just feeling a more modern look to it. But when I'm seeing it on the players is when you can really judge these kits, and I always say that you can't judge it until the club officially release the images, until you see it in person when you go to the club shop and have a look at it, until you see a video of Isaac wearing it. That's when you get a real feel of it, and then even more so when you see them on the pitch or you see them on the telly and they're wearing it in them first games of the season. But this one here is a big one because it's actually got the trefoil logo that we were begging for last season. Now Adidas, bit of an insult to the Tyne fans last year because we weren't deemed a club that was legendary enough to have the trefoil logo. They only gave that to the elite clubs, they called it, the elite brackets. So the likes of Bayern Munich and Arsenal and Man United, funny enough, Man United, but the relegation battle in Man United, they got a trefoil logo and we didn't. They've came to the senses. They've realised there's only one United now. I keep saying it. They've came to the senses, got the old retro trefoil logo on from Adidas, and I am a massive fan of that. I think it looks absolutely class. Now, what we did last season on the 3rd kit was obviously have the retro Newcastle logo from the 80s, the NUFC. This year, it looks like, if this is right, we're just going to go for what it was on that kit in the 90s, where it had like a shield around the Newcastle badge. I don't mind that. You see quite a few clubs doing that now, where they've got a shield or something around the crest itself. I think that looks decent. But we could also do something where we'd use another old badge of ours. Obviously we had on the back of the home top the old badge as well from back in the day at the top of that neck. So you could use that as a front facing badge, as the main one. We'll see. That gives them something to do in the future. Maybe mix things up. because obviously you've seen Arsenal, even on the home kit this year, they've just got the Gunners. You know, they've got the old logo there. They've had that on away kits and third kits in the past, and they've actually used it on the home kit now. They were wearing that against PSG last night, and Man U, they'll have like the Red Devil thing on their third kit, so it'll be interesting to see if we do go with the retro badge, or if we do go for what this prediction is, where it's like the shield around it. I'm not sure. I think they could do another retro one, or maybe the NFC one again. We'll wait and see. But with the trefoil logo, that is class. Big fan of that. More of that, please. And obviously this year we are destined to get long sleeve shirts as well, which is ideal for the Geordie winter, because we need them. I was going to say summer, but it's bloody lovely now, isn't it? And that was a similar thing. The elite clubs were the only ones that got long sleeves, so we didn't. I think, especially with Adidas, you know, the long sleeves was iconic in the 90s for, you know, your Asprias wearing the long black and white stripes in the Champions League. And like we said, you know, Ginola, the long stripes for this away kit from the 90s. So I'm really pleased we're incorporating long sleeves again. There should be an option to fans to buy them as well. Whether it's on all three kits or just the home or one or the other, we'll wait and see. But it's definitely a plus that we're getting long sleeves once again for me. But there we have it. That's a roundup of Newcastle United's home, away and third kit leaked designs. Now, again, they're just predictions, they're just designs, but apparently they're very close to being accurate. Expect maybe one or two changes on this, but they should be the template at least, the colours at least for the design. So are you in favour of them? Will you be buying any of the kits? Will you be buying all three of them? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel TV and enjoy yourself.